Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, welcome back to another video. I recently did a VE Cosmetics sort of a video slash haul, and I said that I got the Green Witch palette, and I asked you guys if you wanted me to film with this, and quite a few of you actually said yes. So I was like, well then, that is as good an excuse as any. So I used the Green Witch palette today. That's what this is all about, but it's also a little bit of a chat talking about positivity and gratitude, etc. So if you want to see that and see some, you know, face swatches, then do please keep on watching. This is the video for you. Remember, you can't get angry at me just because I am sheer perfection without any makeup on. It's a difficult thing, but you know, that is my life. I have the Green Witch palette here, obviously. That's the whole point of this video. You guys said you wanted it, so there we go. This is the inside. Now, it is time for the swatches. So I'm going to actually do it column by column because in that way it kind of makes a certain amount of sense to me. But they've kind of done what they did with the other palettes. So it says meditate, envision and manifest dreams. Breathe deep, walk barefoot often. True growth comes from love. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to do the first column. Not in that way. Oh. So, we'll do it on the forehead. Go away, fringe. We don't need you today. Fringe talks for later. So this is meditate, breathe, and true. So that's what they look like. I think this should be a fairly decent sort of a dupe color wise in ways to the Mitchell palette, or like an alternative to that, or the new Jeffree Star Blood Money. So that's kind of what I'm kind of thinking of in that sense, because I know a lot of people were a bit upset about, you know, him coming out with a green palette when he's a difficult man, you know. This is envision, this is deep, and growth. Yeah. Growth is quite a goldy colour. Well, check it again. Yeah, you can see it against my pale, pale skin. Yeah, it is what it is. We're now on to the very middle column, and it is literally the shades. We'll do our moustache, and look, I know, one day you will be this beautiful. Walk. That was a bit of a weird mustache, but you know, in my defense, it's puberty, so things aren't going the way they need to. Then we have walk, which is actually a pretty decent, or no, sorry, that's comes. Hey. Oh. Look, I'm in a weird mood tonight. Don't judge me. Then we have manifest. Oh, that, hello. We have barefoot, which I'm like, whatever. And from. That's nice. Look, again, I know it's difficult being this beautiful. It really is. And then we're on to our very, very last column. We have dreams. We have often. And where will I put this? Shall I put it here? Yeah, why not? And love, which is actually quite a good black, isn't it? So that's the whole palette on my face. Yeah, decent face swatches. Look, I know. Try not to be too aroused. The video will get demonetized if you do. But if you want to see how on earth I do something with this, then keep watching. I feel like we've zoomed in to a fairly decent level. I'm just taking this Lowest Cosmetics brush and I'm going to, it's like a little pencil brush. Don't know what it is I'm doing, but look, we're in it together. I'm doing the two eyes the same. I know I've been doing a certain amount of like, one eye on this and one eye on that, but it's my channel. I can do what I want. So I'm just going into the shade Love. And I also noticed that these two shades, Deep and From, are very, very similar, to the point that when you swatch them, you can't really tell much of a difference. So I found that in the other VE Cosmetics palette. So I do kind of wonder a little bit as to how much thought is put into kind of the color combos. This is a good black though. Like, that is coming off as very, very pigmented. So I was thinking to myself about just the general-isness of it all. I don't think I'm definitely not in the minority here when I say that I've been quite depressed lately. I think, like I said, a lot of you guys have been as well. So I kind of have felt a little bit of a lift this weekend, because as I'm filming, it is the, let me think, 15th of November, so it's a Sunday night. I know, what am I doing? I've had the worst bout of insomnia. But I was thinking to myself about, you know, what are the things that we can do to kind of help with that. And the thing is, the brain is really odd. It's it has this thing called plasticity. So that means that we can forge new neural pathways all the time. It's quite cool. And that does mean that if we get into a negative frame of thought, it's very hard to get out of it, because we just keep bringing attention to it, or keep like activating those neurons. So one of the things you kind of really have to try and do to get out of that is to start thinking in a more positive mind frame. And that's difficult to do. But I've been trying to kind of think of things that I am grateful for a little bit more. So I'm just going to go into the shade Walk. So what I want you guys to do, you know, let's do this together, is think about some of the things that you're really grateful for, and, you know, start focusing on that, and start having a think of 5 things every day that you're grateful for. Try and make them different each day, because that way you are like making more of these neural networks and more of these like connections, and it should really help quite a bit. So let's give you some examples of things that I'm quite grateful for. So although, let's be real, this year has been an absolute SH1T show. I'm just going to go into the shade Dreams. I am so thankful that 2020 turned out the way it did. I am thankful that we ended up with a pandemic, as bizarre as that sounds. Because if we didn't have this pandemic, I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to really get to know a lot of new people in the way that I have. So I have a very special group of people that I've become so close to. You've seen some of them on my channel. You've seen Tia, you've seen Jenny, Rebecca, Elena, Missa, and there's loads of others that you guys actually haven't seen there behind the scenes, and they're just lovely, supportive people. So the likes of Kelly, Mary, Katrina, Nikita, and Anne-Marie, there's Paula. I mean, there's so many, and I will end up forgetting names. That's not because I don't love you, but it's just because it's 10:30 on a Sunday night, and that's the way my brain is working. But I'm glad that we ended up with a pandemic, because I, under no other circumstances, would have gotten the opportunity to get to know these people in the way that I have over the last couple of months, and it has easily been the best thing ever. So for that, I'm so glad, and that's one of the things that I am beyond grateful for, that I have this amazing group of people that have just walked into my life in the last couple of months, and that has been down to Missa in no small feat, because of her putting together this group, of which myself and Elena, etc., are all a part of, and they're there for her Patreons. And, you know, like I said, it's just something I am so grateful for. And I think if we start focusing a little bit more on the stuff that we're grateful for, it'll really help us out in the long run. That's my belief. Taking the same brush again. Why? Because I'm lazy. You know the drill. I'm going into the shade From. Then the next thing I'm grateful for is On the 13th of November, it was a big-ish day actually. A couple of things were happening, but we celebrated my adoption day. So it was the anniversary of the day that I was officially adopted by my parents, the day that they took me home. So that was the 13th of November. And I said it to Rebecca. Rebecca's also adopted, and she was like, "Oh yeah, it's your gotcha day." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. It's such a big deal, and it's just so sweet." And my parents just made me this beautiful card with this like lovely message that if I think about it too much, I will start crying, so I won't do that. But they got me these beautiful earrings and a necklace as well, and I am so grateful I was adopted, and I'm so grateful that I was put into the family that I was put into, and given all of the opportunities that I was given, that I was put on this path. You know, I'm so immeasurably thankful for that. And I know that all sounds really odd and whatever, but I'm like, meh, that's how I actually feel. So this is what I'm going to say. So, you know, tough. I'm taking this Lois Cosmetics brush. It's completely clean. I washed it earlier, so it's fine. I'm just going to swish around and just try and get these things to marry. So that's the second thing I'm grateful for. And I had a lovely weekend. So it was my boyfriend's birthday as well. He is younger than me by 5 years. But he celebrated his birthday. And I cooked him dinner. Like I cooked fish and stuff. Now I'm a vegetarian. I'm a very staunch vegetarian. I don't eat meat. I don't eat fish, etc. But I will happily cook it for other people. But I cooked for him for his birthday, and we just had a really lovely weekend. And he was able to get his Saturday off because normally he works like insane hours, like 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Yeah, trust me, I know. So I don't get to see him as much as I might like. So we got to spend pretty much a whole weekend together, and it was just really, really nice to just be in each other's company for that long. Like it was really nice. So that's the third thing I'm grateful for. Fourth thing I'm grateful for is that we have finished putting together this proposal to start a psychology degree in the college that I'm working in. So that has now gone on to the powers that be, and I'm so glad that we did that and we pitched together as a team. I am so lucky that the people I work with are just so supportive and happy to collaborate, and there's no ego involved, and it's just been like a really nice, fun experience. I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to go into the black and that sort of a browny grey, and I'm just going to pop that there, and then we'll just go swish, do a little swishy. So like it could have very easily been such a rubbish experience of people kind of being like, oh, why aren't you doing this or why aren't you doing that? But it wasn't, and I got to work with really fab people who really appreciated my point of view. So that is the fourth thing that I'm happy and grateful for. I'm taking this brush again and I'm going into the shade Dreams again, because, you know, why not? And I'm just gonna pack it on here again just to try and blend it out a little bit more. I'm very sorry if you can't see me very well. But sure, look, it is what it is. And then the final thing that I'm grateful for, the fifth, is, like I said, the 13th of November. It was a big day because it was my adoption date, my boyfriend's birthday. It was also the day that he graduated from his master's, which is so impressive. But it was also the day that one of my best friends, Maeve, was meant to get married. And, you know, I sent her a message on the day just saying, you know, I'm thinking of you, and, you know, it sucks that we can't all be together today and that, you know, the wedding isn't happening right now. It will happen. But, you know that I love you, etc. And it was her birthday there on the 10th of November. And I sent her on some things, and I just, she sent me on this lovely video of her opening the presents because I asked her to, because I'm that sort of person. I love seeing people's reactions to things. And I'm just so grateful that her and Kate are two of my best friends from college, and we have known each other for 12 years. And like, we don't get to see each other very often because that's just the way that life is. We're not geographically close to each other. But I am so grateful that I have such amazing, strong, smart, caring women in my life. And like, just, you know, hearing back from my friend Maeve on that day where it was meant to be her, you know, wedding day, and just how, you know, resilient she is. Like, I totally understand if she wanted to go and have a cry. Like, let's face it, that's really bloody hard. But she's just this wonderful, like, energy, just this really sweet, kind nature. So I am immeasurably lucky to have somebody like that in my life. I know I am. Like, I am under no illusions that I am super, super lucky to have her. I am just taking this Jessup 226, the smudger, and I want to go into the shade Manifest, because that looked like such a nice shimmer. There's not really many shimmers in this. It's quite a few mattes. Yeah, I probably could have like put concealer down, but I am doing a very, very lazy, very, very lazy, you know what? Yeah, those are the 5 things that I am grateful for. Do you want to put down some of the things that you're grateful for? And you see, if you do that every day, it will help, because you see, you're starting to make new neural pathways, and it won't be automatic at first to sit down and think of different things that you're grateful for. But try and do it, and it should help. And I know it's not easy. I know that everyone is going through like a really rubbish time right now, but doing something like that has been proven to help. So give it a shot. If nothing else, you'll have just wasted a bit of time. You know, you won't have wasted money, you won't have wasted, I don't know, funds or anything like that. You know, this is just, you know, something that you can do in your own free time that shouldn't cause any great distress, hopefully. It's one of those things that I do think, like, is good about, like, say, the likes of Thanksgiving, although Thanksgiving in itself is a problematic holiday. Sorry for any Americans watching, but, like, you know, that whole thing of like, oh, we celebrate that, you know, the indigenous people were really nice to us and they helped us when we were starving. It's like, yes, they were very nice, weren't they? And then you went on to totally oppress them and take them off their land. Like, how can you celebrate a holiday where, you know, this oppressed people that you continue to oppress? Yeah, look, the less I say about that, the better, probably, because I get a bit annoyed about it. But that's just me. I know that some people, I'm not saying that people shouldn't celebrate these things or shouldn't enjoy these things, but I'm just like, when you know the history behind it, it is a bit odd. You know, you're like, really? You're celebrating that? Does that seem like a good idea? Couldn't find the brush I was looking for. I'll probably find it later. This is just a Morphe brush, and I'm going to pick up the black and that sort of a brown, and I'm just going to pop it there, just along the sides, and then just gently, swishy, 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 swishy. I quite like the way that this is coming out. Well, it's nice and easy. It wasn't a very difficult look. I think they could have done with some different green tones, though there wasn't as much kind of variety in the greens as you would think that there would be. Like, sorry, I'm just gonna, there we go. Yeah. I like a very yellowy green. Like, that's kind of what I gravitate towards. That's my shiz, my thing. This is nice. I don't dislike this, like, at all. Like, I'm very, very happy with this. Should I go and do... Yeah, will I do the under eye with you guys? Yeah, screw it, whatever, we're here together, it's all fine. I'm just taking this Lois Cosmetics brush and I'm going to take the black. I see a blue door and I wanna... Oh, that's a red door. Green door? I see a green door and I wanna paint it black. Sorry, impromptu song. I will try to refrain from singing on my channel because, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings or your eardrums. It's my primary concern. So I'm just putting it just under there. This is a really nice brush. At this point, I think I do own everything from Lois Cosmetics. And she sneak peeked something that's coming in 2021. And I'm like, God darn you. Give it to me now. I want it now. Like, she's one of those makeup brands that I'm like, it feels like you can do no wrong. I just love everything she's done. Her quality is amazing. And actually, Elena recently reviewed the Gone Rogue palette on her channel. I sent it to her as an early Christmas present because I was like, the later I leave it to send, the more difficult it will be to get over there. So quickly, send it now, send it now. So I sent it early. I'm glad I did, you know, if nothing else, she'll get to play with it and, you know, be the fabulous thing that she is. Same brush again, I'm going into Manifest. I think I might be a little bit in love with that particular shade of green. It's like this really grungy khaki green and I'm here for it. Like, I like that. That's my kind of aesthetic. Yeah. Oh God, I really like the way this is coming out. Yeah, she did a review on it, and of course, she knocked it out of the park. It looked amazing. I was like, God darn you. You're so talented. And it's really annoying, because like, if she was talented and then she was like a really horrible person, I'd be like, yeah, she has all that talent, but like, she's just the worst. But no, she's not. She's an amazing person. She's a really sweet, kind person. Again, like I said, with Grateful Reason #1. She's one of the people that I got to meet out of 2020. I got to physically meet her, which was excellent. Also got to meet Lucy. Did I even mention Lucy's name? That's really bad. Lucy, I adore you. You are such a sweet person. I can't wait to see you again. Lucy even got to come and visit me, and Nissa came and visited me. So, all in all, I can't have too much of a whinge. I also met my boyfriend this year, so, and he's really annoyingly sweet. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. But that's the eyes. I'm going to F off now, do the rest of my face, and we'll come back and I'll let you have a look at the eyes. Maybe, if you've been good, but only if you've been good. Otherwise, soz. I'm back. I did the rest of my makeup. I semi-look like a human. It's a thing. It's a thing. So let's zoom you into the eyes now so you can have a general look. Is it the most complicated eye look ever? No, but I actually think it looks really nice. It blended pretty easily. I'm going to take my glasses off so you can see better and I can see less of the atrocities that I have done to my face. I like it. I like the green. Now, I wish there was more like yellow toned greens, and some of the greens were a little bit too close to each other to really be that different. So let's get on to the rating of this little baby. The packaging is beautiful. It kind of came in this sort of a sleeve, which obviously you can put in, you can put out. Sounds wrong, but there you go. It's very pretty. I will say though, two of the shades, From and Deep, so this is From and this is Deep, they are too close to each other. They are both mattes. I will remove this so you can see it a bit better. They are too close to each other to really be that dissimilar, so I'll show you. I mean, they come up pretty much the exact same on the eye. So I think, as with the last one, the last palette also had two shades that were very, very similar to each other. I think this needed a little bit more editing. I do think they had a good amount of mattes, but I would actually argue probably too many mattes. Like, there's three green shimmers in the entire palette. The other shimmers then are like these brown shimmers. There's a gold shimmer, and that's it. Of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green shades, 3 of them are shimmers. So I think they needed a few more greens. Don't know why the shade Barefoot is in there. I would get rid of that personally and put like a nice vibrant green in there. That's just my opinion. But I think the formula worked really, really nicely and it blended really well. So for that reason, I would give this an 8 out of 10. So yeah, let me know if you guys have picked this up. What do you think of it? It wasn't wildly expensive and it shipped pretty darn quickly, so I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, nothing wildly negative to say other than a little bit more editing. I mean, you can't please everyone. It is what it is. But that is the end of the video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, wrap it up. Like, don't be gross. But that is it. That is the end of the video and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.